There it is. Hey everybody, Ben here from Cinderflux Studios for another episode of Castles and Cocktails. This week we are screwing up my audio apparently. Hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. Maybe not. Audio. Down. Stereo. Can I actually get my surround? Maybe. There we go. Because I'm using my virtual 7.1 surround, which is cool. I'm not sure why I'm not getting music. It may have just already ended because it's been open for a little while. Musical dump down a bit. Voiceover. Actually, the voiceover I like to be a little less. So yeah. So I'm playing BioShock 2 now. I'm not totally against getting back to Metro 2033, but I'm still kind of reeling from the fact that the game basically broke on me as I was playing a couple of weeks ago. For this week, I'm sitting and drinking a zombie, appropriately named and appropriately themed, I feel, drink and glass for this evening. Tiki head and a really high-proof rum cocktail. I really love BioShock 2, which is why I decided to come back to it and play it for, I can probably get through this game in maybe about 2 or 3 weeks tops. Really fun. I've played it enough, but I also want to give you guys a chance to experience this story if you haven't before. Um, so, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a new game and go for it. I like playing in medium, keeps the challenge up there, but still doable in a lot of ways, and it's still playable in that way because there are some fun difficulty spikes up in this game, but mostly are relatively uh, good to go with and fun like that. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and jump into this. I'm gonna keep my commentary to a relative minimum because I'd like you guys to be able to experience the story as we go. This is also the remastered version, just as an FYI. Also, I apologize about my neck; it really hurts right now. Oh, that is Eleanor right out of the gate too. Damn, I love this game. Just like that as the opening cutscene. It's like, yes, really sets the stage. 58 becomes 68. And as always with this stream, we'll talk a little bit about game design here and there and things like that. It's Tenenbaum. Alright, so this is where the gameplay actually begins. Basic WASD. So there's a couple of things you can get right out of the gate. You can hear some voices up there, which we'll see in a minute. I mean, the remastered kind of gave this game a little extra visual polish, but for the most part, it's basically exactly the same as the old one, which is cool. Bunch of old photos. And the coral. There's a... Where am I right now? I don't know. It's just a starting point. I don't know if there's actually a specific... Oh, that's right. It's control. I forgot the... No, control. Control is... It's control... Shift C is crouch. That's swing. I gotta remember my controls now because I know they're a little bit different than regular shooters. Yeah. This is... The voices were coming from this, by the way. I didn't get to hear in time. And whack. Boop. Oh, we're in Adonis Baths. That's right. Okay. Yeah. So this is technically a horror game. Then this is our first pick. First little bit of the Big Sister, which we won't get that name until later, but really kicks up the mood. Actually, I do want to readjust my options. So I do want that music to be a bit further up, because the music tends to be really good and atmospheric in this way. Also, I gotta... There we go. Gotta make sure that's on. You guys probably heard that too. I'm working with a new headset, so I'm still kind of tweaking things a little bit, making sure things are actually working, and getting used to the fact my volume notch is up on the earphone rather than down on the side. I was using a 10-year-old thing here. All right. Was it L? L. Yeah. Also, I probably should have given the disclaimer earlier. This game is full of profanity and in addition to the dark stuff and the blood and things like that. So, if you know me for playing the oh, it's F. Okay. There's also some key differences between BioShocks 1 and 2, and I gotta remind myself of those constantly. So, 1540. Yep. And they did this too. Once you find the code, in the first game, it was just like, whatever, wherever it was. But once you see it, and then it gives it to you here, so that is nice. I think I played a little bit of BioShock 1 on stream before. There's also some really great humor throughout this. So I mean, so far you're getting a lot of visuals here. You're getting the visuals of the place. You're getting a little bit of side stories, characters in the world. That's one of the things I love about this game is you get a lot of it builds the world. Um, we are growing. Builds the world in such a way that it lets you piece together things in your head. um, Also, it took me forever to realize, and I hate to. This is embarrassing to me to figure that out. But the two factors are Eve and Adam. But at some point, it hit like after my eighth playthrough, I was like, "Oh God, Adam and Eve!" It was right in front of my face the entire damn time. Um, also, this is interesting. If you play the first game, you know who all of these people are. Um, I think, yeah. Well, except for Sophia Lamb, which is her, um, who's the new character in this in BioShock 2. But we have Tenenbaum. Oh shoot, which one of these guys is Cohen? It's got to be the guy with the twirly mustache because he was way more um, like a really eccentric and over the top Dali. That's Gil Alexander. He's I think new in this one too. Andrew Ryan, Sophia Lamb, and shit, Su Chong. Yeah, you get used to these characters. It's like come soon, come soon to find me from Eleanor. Please hurry, Daddy. Take it and inject yourself with the serum. So it mostly kind of just directs you here initially, and then you kind of really get your directive. Yep. So this like these couple little things, like it really kind of doesn't totally hold your hand, but it allows you to just like slowly experience the narrative and slowly build it up. And a good game design is going to do that anyway. Zap. And if you play the game, you know the combo: zap 'em and whack 'em, the 1-2 punch. Potted meat. And zap that back to life. Just make sure there's nobody in the baths before we start doing that. Lamb is watching. And even if you didn't play BioShock 1, it gives you enough of the story in this game that, I mean, like you won't get some of the deeper references that kind of kick back to things, but you get enough, so it works. Ding. All better. And yeah, again, like this is one of those things I really love about this game is that it lets you like the story reveal is so slow that it's like you're constantly working it out in your head. Zap. It's the thing, like, it shows you there, it shows you that there's water, and it gives you a minute to think about it. And makes you be like, oh, I did this really cool thing. It's like, well, it wants you to do that, but just that like base concept of the level design is really spectacular. Like, this is how you teach someone how to play a game, is just slowly introduce it, but make them think they're doing it themselves. Headshots. Also, where'd my... Oh, it's over on the thing. That's why. Where's my picture of the... Yeah, it's... I'm not going to see it in game, idiot. Ah, we get this his first one. So Mark Beltzer's story throughout the audio diaries that we find throughout this game, is got to be my favorite, favorite part of BioShock 2. It's just all these little, well, not just specifically his, but all the little audio diaries that tell all these weird sub stories. So great. Guess who? You're playing with me. Zap. Okay, this is just about getting her down to a certain level. We're not actually gonna kill her yet. Health, F, shit. I forgot my controls. Shoot, doesn't tell me in here, does it? Oh, here we go. Acceleration, gamepad. Crap. Here we. Crouch equipment. Where's health? Oh, it's control. Oh, control is first aid. Oh, crap. All right. Totally forgot about that. Oh, there's another one around here somewhere. F. Yeah. Uh-huh. And I don't know if there's actually a way to run. I don't think there is. I think it's just basic movement speed. Crap. If I die right here, it's going to be super embarrassing. There she goes. Oh, yeah. Basically makes you deplete all your crap. And I'm actually not sure what the triggers are for the end of that battle. I think it's just her down to a certain health point, but I'm not sure. Be interesting to look that up just to see what the trigger is for that. Okay, so audio diary. All right, so a couple things to note before I jump down this path. Um, what you get from the first game is that Andrew Ryan sort of created the underwater city of Rapture, um, and he had this vision of, uh, and you get it immediately when you first start playing that game. It's something like no gods or no 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 gods or law only man, I think is what it is, something like that. And it was like so like, it's like no religion, like religion's basically banned, so it's like strictly like a society built on scientific advancement and doing your own thing and being your own man, um, which lasted in their society about I don't know, it's like 5 to 10 years tops before they invented a or came up with this. They found like sea slugs that created this genetic altering material, and then everything went to hell. So it's a very dystopian concept. Other thing that's interesting is when I jump down here, it triggers a cutscene where this window breaks, and I hate to give that away in advance, but I wanted to point something out that's actually really fun and kind of funny about this game, especially given the remake, is it immediately switches to underwater physics when I jump down there, even before the window breaks. So my jump and my movement and the sound and everything like this. And as soon as I jump down there, there's a split second where you can like wander around before it breaks, and you're already in underwater physics before you're underwater. So I think it's just really funny. To get that before you get the visual of it, the physics already changed when it happens. So it's just sort of a fun little Easter egg that I've noticed since playing this game. So jump down, and I'm in, and now all of a sudden I'm slower. Like I'm walking slower. I can't jump as much, and here comes the water. Yeah, the game wants you to stand still for it, but it's funny that the physics kick in. Yeah, so now I'm in underwater physics, and all the visuals changed. Well, actually, I do have a little bit longer of a jump, but yeah, the it slows your movements ahead of time. Boom. Okay, got another diary. Have I said this is a dark game? Because this is a dark game. Nobody lives. Everybody just dies over and over again. Also, what's interesting is this game is extraordinarily linear, but the story is so dynamic and interesting that it's one of those points where it's like that's like the only like really the only thing you can say about this game is like linear story. Okay, sure, but you couldn't tell the story that you want to in this game if it wasn't. I feel like if it was way more open world, I feel like you'd lose something entirely in this. Also, I'm looking for sea slugs. I know there's a couple in the underwater areas. I just don't know if there's any now. I don't think there is. Might just be ammo. It's been a while since I've played through this. Is that a toilet? Yep, it's a toilet. This is our first big look. Rapture. The squid. It's the one texture I really wish they would have updated for the remake. And I love that it like gives you the sign there with that. Yeah, this is a this whole game is just a lesson in great visual cues and gameplay to tell story. And I will never stop gushing over that. Hey, there she goes. So if you're just joining, welcome to Castles and Cocktails, the show where we play games, have a few drinks, and have a good time. I'm going to be in need of a refill after this, after we jump into the next area. Not this one, but the next one. Talk a bit about game design as I'm playing, because I try to do that here and there. And that's why I love playing this game, is because this game is like a crash course in visual storytelling. At least in terms of the gameplay medium, anyway. If this was a movie, it would be a little bit different. Really? I'm used to hitting E for gathering things, because that's how it is, like, more standard in games now. But I had to look this up. This game came out in... Oh, I didn't actually... No, I didn't look this up. I was looking at Portal 2, and Portal 2 came out in 2011. This is at least relatively similar around that same time, I think. At least graphically. So... That was the other one I was teetering to play. Ah, crap. Splicers. Ah, the dart gun. Hacking got a huge improvement in this game. It's not just it's not the pipe dream variant from the first one. F is hack. There we go. Hey, security bot. Blue is an upgrade or a bonus. Again, like this one means it's really linear, but it leads you in such a way, and the environment's brilliant. Forgot about that. Yep, there we go. Oh, really? Hoping to not use that, but oh well. Where'd the other one go? They both right there? Oh, get out of my way, bot. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Also, I will say this, and I feel like it has to be said at least this early, and I probably will bring it up again throughout the game. But one thing is I love about this game is that it plays into different philosophies, which is kind of where I specialize to some degree. And both Andrew Ryan's philosophy and Sophia Lamb's philosophy on the surface sound really good until you actually start putting them into practice, and this is where you get things like Cold War era communism, and it's like as soon as you start putting things that seem good on paper into practice, you start to realize that they're really fucked up. So we got this from Ryan. Trying to get a view of some of these posters and things while those audio diaries are playing too, to give you guys a little extra visual. Like this is the thing, posters like this is why I love this game too. It's like all the little details that went into the environment in this game are just incredible. Okay, I think that was all this. Wait, can I get in that train? don't think I've checked in a long ass time. No, it's just a basically dead weight item. Okay. And now we have some fun. Enter Sophia Lamb. Also, this is a thing I noticed with the remake. I hate to interrupt this, but um, and you can see it too when she's talking on the sides of the screens. But it basically green screened it, and it's actually supposed to be black, and it's actually a visual glitch. With the remaster, I just think it's hilarious. It's green. I 91 days since our last accident. 4 accidents last year. 2 accidents this year. Yep. Pretty much guaranteed to use a standing on the edge. That didn't help. Yeah, you're pretty much guaranteed to take hits there, which is cool because um, some other like things like it's like, oh, I'm gonna start building on my arsenal, building on my arsenal. No, it keeps giving you these moments where it kicks you back down to nothing. Um, and what's interesting about that, game design wise, is that it's teaching you to survive and to use your stuff less. Uh-huh. So like twice already within the start of this game, and we're still in like really intro territory right now, because it everything that it's doing so far is just teaching you how to play the game, but it's done in such a way that it's built through the story that you don't really notice it, which is super fun. And now I win the easy way. I mean, you can get closer, but oh, that thing's still following me. Beans. Also know of a few little Easter eggs in this game that I'll point out as we go. I'm treating this as like a high percent run. Um, one thing I like to conserve is drill fuel because I know I will deplete it, especially once we get the tackle charge thing power up a little bit into this game. It's pretty early on. Conserve money, conserve fuel as much as you can. But hey, that's just how I play. You can run and gun it all you want. There's a lot of different styles in playing a game like this, as long as you go through the story. Is it telekinesis? Yeah, this is telekinesis. The shit, there's no bag in the track. So yeah. Also, I break those every time. I don't think it matters. I don't think there's an achievement for keeping them or breaking them, but I just break them every time. Oh, that's right. Now then, now we get stuff sent my way. Beans? What was that one? Liquor, maybe. Just keeps boom boom. Oh, there goes some coffee. More potted meat. Dr. Holcroft's Cure-All. Also, this game is a hotbed for cocktail creations, and it's one that I have been desperately needing to crack. She knows the way. This is fun because it gives you these flammable gas cans. Because you can do this. Bam! Boom. Who's left? Anybody? Did I take it? Nope. There's not. There's one. Boom. God, it's so damn satisfying. Bam. Who's left? Anybody? Anybody left? Everyone's on fire? Cool. They burn, but you can still loot their corpses for stuff. Yeah, I've played this game enough that I know a route, but I still like exploring. Also, they introduced the lockbox thing, I think, in the first game. Where it's like, even if their bodies are totally incinerated, you can still switch back. Or still get their stuff, at least for a limited time, which is nice. Luggage? Oh, I can't get in the luggage. It's another fun detail, the half-finished train. Just really fun little things in this game. And again, as much as I can talk about game design, I'm going to. This is, yeah, I said this is the crash course in game design. I think it's more than that. I think it's almost a get the dust out of my mouth. So I'm just noticing some frame tearing here. Might just be the game running and stuff like that. Also, hold on. Just noticed that I don't know if my video card stuff is running. It is, okay. I just want to be sure that, oh, yeah, no, hold on. No, it's actually not running where it's supposed to be. Pardon my pause for a second there. Okay, that just jumped back and it shouldn't have. Come on, guys. Okay, that's not loading for some reason. Okay. The game keeps wanting to do this. Give me a second here. Things are being screwy. Keeps kicking the game back. It's not supposed to be. This is some weird Windows stuff happening right now. There it is. Hey, there we go. Finally loaded up over this way. Yeah, I'm running a little hotter than I should be. Things weren't running for some reason. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too, is despite that stuff, I'm actually using a lot of VRAM with this game, because this game does utilize a bit of video card stuff. Okay. Now I'm actually running the way I should be. Should not be getting the frame tearing that I was getting. This is why she's so terrifying. That's because she just like uses rhetoric to bend people to her will. Jam that up. Rivets, man. I don't need more rivets. Really? Got down, I couldn't get back up. Hey, big sister. What's up? Might be pressured to attack, but it's not worth it. These guys, though. I gotta. Oh, nope. Nope. It's gonna wait and try and hack that, but I'm out of health now, so not worth doing. God, do I love this game. Yeah, so giving you some base story out of the gate. This is still like what you might say intro, still not chapter 1 yet even. Also, it's like still introducing some base game elements too, which is really cool, like the trap rivets. Which might be one of my favorite alternate ammos in this game. Check the ashtray for stuff. There we go. The returns. The circus of value. Please tell me that's not more rivets. It's more freaking rivets. Jeez. I kind of want to create a cocktail now called Dr. Holliff's Cure All. Have to swap back for that. Maybe. That's her. Where you at? Zap them and whack them. hack some of these cameras ahead of time if I can. Go. Not sure if that was the only one of those or not. It might be. Yeah, we'll be good to go now. I put the crack in the window. Crack in the window. Can't see it. Crack in the window. Yep. Some trap rivets out there, which is good. Boom. Sap them. Hey, I still have that thing following me. Boom. Just pick that whole body up. Oh, shit. Wasted a dart. Oh, yeah. Still nice and... Oh, didn't waste the dart. Still there. One more audio diary. All right. So there's our introduction to BioShock 2. I'm going to make a new drink. You guys will be waiting on the loading screen, so give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back and enjoy this little intermission for castles and cocktails. Hoping my headset does not drop on the floor. Alrighty. That work? That worked. Okay. Ah. Also, one thing I noticed after a while is that I'm like, is it just like regular U.S. dollars? Like, no, it's Andrew Ryan money. It's like it's his own face on the dollars, which is pretty hilarious. And I'm pretty sure all these little encampments are the Mark Meltzer encampments, which are pretty fun. Also, sitting down, gotta shout out my cocktails because castles and cocktails. This is a Mai Tai for the remainder, at least, of the BioShock part of tonight. Power to the people upgrade. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I want the damage increase first, for sure. The drill's the backup, and I want the backup to be more powerful. Supposedly, the little girls were supposed to be cute, at least a little bit. They're still creepy as fuck. Oh shit, I'm a dumbass. I should have picked that up and then got the recoil thing from the. Oh, damn it. That's what you're supposed to do there. If you want to be smart. There is a way to aim down the sights, but it's a pain in the ass on the keyboard. So I don't use it. What? Where are you? You. Die. There we go. Anyway. Museum. Free sample! Yay! Ah, sports boost. Appreciate it. Makes you move a little faster, which is good. They tend to move pretty slow. Alright, I'm going to have a little look around first before we actually go to... Wow, that was dumb. Before we actually go to where we're supposed to be going. Oh, putts. Okay. Conserve ammo. So we're kind of going a little bit out of order right now, but... Huh, take that. Oh, I'm topped out. Alright. Oh. This is my favorite tape recorder. Oh no, that's not my favorite one. It's coming up though. Yeah, there's little stuff like that around, but I'm not gonna really go out of my way for that stuff. Eldorado. I think it's V. Or B, C, B, C. No. One of, yeah, there is a way to aim down your sights, but it's, again, for this particular game, and as well as for keyboard and mouse versus controller stuff, it's totally not worth it. Pick a needle or two out of the shipments. Who did I kill that one. I like the machine gun, but it's not real good until you have to get a couple upgrades. Again, all these little fun little audio diaries that flesh out the story. Alright. Let's go to where the story's taking us now. Take this, Father. Power takes it up even more. Is that the dog eater one? Yeah. Ah, the imagination of a child. Alright, so this is our first Big Daddy fight. Hack stuff ahead of time, since we can. Lay out a whole bunch of trap rivets. Oh, that was my... Don't need the auto personnel, or the personnel rounds. Here we go. Trap rivets. Nope, not that one. Just load the hell out of this spot with them. Not sure what direction I'm going to go, but it'll be something at least. Yep. Kind of want to save my rivets for a future reference, and I'll zap him as soon as he gets in the water. Oh, audio diary. Stay over here. It's going to go after the bot. Yep, just lead him around with traps. Yep, and that's why we set up the traps. Very little ammo usage. Where's she? Yep. I'm telling the other girls that I have the best daddy. Also, in advance, with this playthrough, I know I'd like to do drawings at the end of my playthroughs of games, but I've actually already done the one for BioShock 2. You can find that on my YouTube channel, Cinderblock Studios. I did a pen and ink drawing of the big sister, and it's to this day one of my favorite large scale drawings. So yeah, I will try to remember to put a description box link for that. Um, whenever this video does go to YouTube, but where am I going with this? I can't remember. Not actually giving me the arrow. Oh, that's right. I gotta get a body. Juicy. That is an understatement. Be ready. Also, someone's here. Oh, more drill fuel. Who's here? Who's walking around? Somebody is. What, now I don't hear anybody? That's eerie. Yeah, shut up. I know you're impatient. Get me some people to come through here, so I'll drop one there. And now we have some fun. Same thing you just said. Blink. Blink. Ow, shitballs. Come on. Real? Oh, really? It's not what I wanted to switch to. Here they come. Through the door, right? I know this cycle way too damn well. Yeah, so Eve is your magic and Adam's sort of the upgrade material, I guess you could say. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get through Ryan Amusements tonight, and then yeah, so it's like if you didn't get that machine gun there, like it gives it to you again. So it's like, okay, now you probably really need a machine gun. No. Oh, I'm out of it. Out of Eve. Well, I got one shot's worth, but I've been using that pretty liberally lately, so. This is my favorite one. So what's interesting about that is what you get out of the first game is that 1959 is the year that everything. Oh, what the shit! The year that everything went to shit. Suddenly, I open up in-game chat somehow for multiplayer, but for some reason it's still coded in single player. Um, yeah. So 1959 is like the year that everything like happened, and the fact that you like died in 1958, so it gives a little bit of a context to everything. Also, there's a trigger for this to drop there. Just go for my headshots. Drop that poor little girl. She's helpless. For some reason, fresh water lets you heal up your Eve, which is interesting. Alright. So I'm gonna do a little bit of exploring here, but not a ton. I'm gonna actually watch these because to give you an understanding of the world and Ryan's Rapture a little bit better, especially without having gone through the first game before this. I mean, I have gone through the first game before this, but in terms of viewing wise, I like to be able to set things up. Oh shit! I'm out of trap rivets. Used them all. Might come back for that then. You ain't her real not dad either. L. It's really. I wonder if it's L for lamb, because because in BioShock 1 it was like T for tape, so it's L. So interesting. There's the glowiness you get out of the mist is an atom corpse. Another one. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit of backtracking. I'm gonna jump ahead, then jump back, just because it's easier on me and um, just makes also I like sequence breaking as much as possible. Alright. Hey, another thing. Yeah, like there are those things like you get the ideology of it. It's like it makes sense, but doesn't like as soon as you start to see how fast it unravels the society, it's just like this is some scary crap. Lead tail like this. Plus, then you get the like all these dark messages followed by that really pleasant music at the same time. It's just like, what the hell is going on? But again, I love this game to no end, and it's okay. That gun setup, we're pretty much good to go. You get mini turrets later in the game, and it's incredible. It's like the only weapon you ever need. Time to swap out. Gotta get them not to use that. Yep. Yeah. It's also why you hack those health things. Is so you get them to poison enemies when they go to heal. I need some Eve, so I actually might end up using a Circus of Value. I don't like to, but I've got a nice high excess of money right now since I'm conserving things well. Yeah, I've been like exclusively using the rivets. No, that's what I mean. It's like th- this is my this is my amusement right here. It says no. That actually is a huge history of art thing in that right there, especially in recent eras. Like this art for art's sake and artists making their own, paving their own path, which is what I'm doing, um, is a very new idea. So when I hit somebody who has a very like is very classically minded in the art world, it's like, yeah, times changed, and it's probably good that they did. In some, oh crap, I don't know. I'm out of Electro Bolt, damn it! Oh well. Not a big deal. Just have to use my guns instead of my plasmids for a change. Really, like, it's not even the time to be conserving stuff. Like, a lot more stuff that I could be doing right now. Another one. So it's the philosophy of this game that I love. It's hey, look, got another shot of Bolt. Yeah, here we go. This, no. Yeah, like the fact that that's a thing. It's like it's terrifying. Also, the ramblings of the splicers are just a thing that I adore because I want to listen to them. I know it's all like just them ranting about stuff before they splice themselves into oblivion, but another great thing about this game is I would say this is a new concept, but it's not. Like it's really not. This game has technically three different endings, depending on exactly what you choose and what you decide to do. Um, also, I'm narrating this like most people haven't played this, but I'm doing it for the sake of whatever. Um, the concept of multiple endings isn't new. It wasn't new with this game, and it's not new now by any means. But this game gives you a choice, and depending on what you choose, especially early in the game, means a lot. Um, because I like to think that I'm a morally upstanding individual, I choose the good ending as much as possible for games that I play. Um, so the thing is, it gives you the option to harvest the sister, basically kill her and take her at him. But it's like at the same time, like yeah, she's still a little kid. Like don't be don't be that big of a fucking monster. Um, at least that's how I play a game like this. It's like yeah, I could just harvest her because I'm an ass, or I could actually have a moral conscience. Um, Also, what's fun that I will say about this, if you haven't played it before, spoiler incoming, but I think I've already spoiled like half the shit anyway. Uh, it's actually more effective to save them than it is to harvest them, because if you save them, it's like may not get as much at them straight out of the gate, but they give it to you anyway. If you save her, which is why I save them. Also, save is closer. Like save is F, which is the close key. Harvest is H, so you'd probably would likely be taking your hand off of the mouse to hit H. So that's another great. Get my hypos. Yeah. So I'm actually not sure what he says there because I almost always save that first sister. So I'm gonna have to find a like all bad choices ending to this game at some point, just to see what that is. Because I don't think I've ever harvested there, and I've played this game at least a dozen times, which is kind of hilarious. Here's the drill fuel. Come on, there we go. I do want the efficiency at some point, but yeah. I also do really feel bad, like being being Catholic, hearing people like shout out stuff like the Lord wants me to do this, and it's just like I feel really bad about just like jamming it in you at that point. Like, damn, because at least like I know you're just a rambling nonsense of a person, and you're basically like a zombie that's a zombie that's not a zombie. But it's like, damn, if I don't have some moral conscience playing this, and I feel like if you're somebody who plays a game like this and you don't have any kind of relative moral conscience right out of the gate playing a game, like I'm just gonna pick all the bad things. You need a fucking psychological exam at that point because it's like, okay, no, you don't get to make those decisions if you are that insane. If you play games enough that you like want to pick the bad options, it's like you need to not be playing things at this point because your your sensitivity to like moral objections has gotten so far out of left field that I think I don't trust you as a human being. If you walk into a game right out of the gate and like I'm gonna pick the bad way, no, that's not what you do. That's not what you do. Anyway, oh, it's Stanley. I might not do anything else for the machine gun, but the recoil reduction is totally fucking worth it. Zap 'em, whack 'em, the 1-2 punch. There's also a guy that did a remix of that that is great, and that's just been in my head been in my head lately. Ah, damn, got got giddy. What? Get that bonus. There we go. I actually get like really, I get really focused when I see that needle going back and forth. Okay, drop some. I think you had money. Do you have money? Somebody had money in here. Where'd the money go? Money, 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 money. All right. This is why I don't open up Discord when I'm streaming because my ramblings annoy the shit out of everybody I'm friends with. If I'm gonna be annoying the hell out of people, I'll play Apex where I can do that. Oh shitballs! They saw me. Damn it. Wanna? Yeah. Eh. Eh. Yes. Now we can just let them do it. Enemy triggered. Just let the bots kill him. Okay. Really? To say, there's no way you're in that. But also, there's a gene tonic plasmid that you get kind of later in the game that I love. It's called the Fountain of Youth, where it's you stand in water and you heal both even health, and it's the best thing in the world. Also, this is I'll talk about this a little bit before we actually get back to this little audio segment. Another thing that I love about this game design and why it works and why it works the way it does. So they've strung up the robot of Ryan like in a noose. Like they're that pissed, like the crazy splicers. Um, but they've done it to the point like of just like stopping the. Also, I will say the animated the animated pause menu is glorious. But back to the Ryan thing. So like it's a visual thing, and it's one of the things that makes you do it in your head and makes you tell the story in your head, and why I love this so much. Lamb will lead the way. The end of Ryan's the end of self. Check the tyranny of the self. Rapture failed. We will not. So yeah, there's this whole thing of self interest that Ryan promoted versus social interest that Lamb promoted, and it's the conflict of the psychologies and the philosophies between the two of them. Which is why also this game went in a like the first game like brought you into the world and took you there, but this game does with the philosophy is crazy, and that's why I love it. Yeah, and that audio diary is another one reason why I love the stories they've told in this game. So this gives you a view as well as opening doors. So this is something that I actually ignored my first playthrough. Um, and it's this idea of going back through twice. Because things are open now. And I missed a bunch of stuff because I didn't really think about it. Ah, the booze hound. This is one of my favorite upgrades. Drinking alcohol restores Eve rather than drains it. Basically, gives you an incentive to drink more alcohol. So, and then it gives you a bunch of alcohol to drink. This game. I don't know who that guy is, but the voice actor fucking nailed it. All right. So there was like at least one or two other doors here that you could kind of play with. So ride maintenance, yeah, which takes you up here, back to the museum. There's one of these that goes somewhere else, which is why you have to go back through to actually get everything. Um, just gotta remember where the other thing was because I don't remember. Played this a bunch, but apparently not enough to get it to figure out where all the stuff is. It's the reason why I'm not a speedrunner. Turmoil. Curfew. keep reading some of these signs, I think for the first time even. Is this the one? Yep, Puppet Workshop. So there was a teaser for this in, nope, not quite. The teaser for the Puppet Workshop somewhere else. And, no, that's where I came down before. Okay, no, there's still another one somewhere. I think. I might be misremembering another level. Which is a high probability, knowing me. But I could have sworn there was another one. Anything else I can raid in here? Things I may have missed. Really wish I had more there's an upgrade that's ammo capacity for the rivet gun. I probably could have used that right now. Come on, up, up. There we go. 50 cal rounds. Is this it? No, that's not it. Maybe that one plasmid was it. Like, God, I get the feeling there was one more, but that might have been it. All right, well, whatever. I'm all you got, so you gotta fuck me. Yeah. It's brutal. It's ridiculous, but damn if I don't love this game. Alright. So I know I need to heal up. Because I've got what you might call a boss fight coming. Get another hypo for the sake of that. I could have sworn. I think there's a. Is it here? No. It's not here. Okay. Yeah, she gives you a. It gives you the big sister line. And it shows her there. So, well, there's also spoiler again. There's more than one big sister. So it gives you incinerate, which is probably my favorite plasmid, but it does. But we want health and Eve upgrades. Oh, Eve Link. Oh, nice. First aid kit gives me Eve, which is good. So, hey, you came out of fucking nowhere. Another thing that it gives you is this option. With Incinerate, you open up this area. This is another thing I missed my first time through, is you get another Gatherer's Garden. And they even, so there's a health upgrade and EV upgrade. They're usually together in the same machine, but this one they're separate. So this one you have to go back for. Oh, that reminds me. I need to switch to the heavy rivets while I can. Because now we get, guess who? Boom, 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 boom. God, the visual cues are glorious. Boom, there she is. Telekinesis. She launches stuff at you, so telekinesis is a must. Yeah, and the fact that that control is your first aid, it's like, yeah, you're gonna be using first aids a lot. Okay, where are my heavy rivets? Where are my heavy rivets? Heavy rivets, damn it. Oh, lock the door behind me? Shit! I forgot it did that. Shitballs. Oh, there's another one I missed. I'm gonna stay down here by this first aid kit thing. Yeah, totally forgot this was here. I thought I could go back. I didn't realize it locked the door behind me. Boom. Boom. Yes. There we go. Yeah. Kept playing the music because it wanted me to do it longer. Alright. So the story kind of directs you to not doing that. To just jumping out and going. But if you're smart, you can go back and get the Eve upgrade. Because the big sister dropped Adam. It was like 70 or 60 or something like that. And it's enough to get the upgrade that's over here. F. There we go. Yeah, it's 40. It's just enough for that upgrade, which is why they do that. And again, where I talk about game design and stuff with my streams, like this is that. It's the crash course, and it's also like the graduate course in a lot of ways of how to design a good game. Because you have something that if you were paying attention, you knew to go back and do it. But if you weren't paying attention, you were just going with what the characters were telling you and following the linear story, then you missed it. And that's really, 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 really cool. And if you're watching my face in the stream, you can see the big grin on my face because I've played this game a dozen times at least. And this is still one of the things that just makes me smile so much that they thought about that in the game. That's brilliant. All right, so interestingly enough, another thing that's just hitting me here. So that was technically an optional unlock for that audio diary to melt that ice that you passed by in the very, very beginning. Um, Usually not something you get until the second playthrough, unless again you're clever and you caught everything the first time. Grace Holloway is the next chapter. So getting her that little bit of a backstory for her prior to even going there again is huge. It's an extra level of thought to the game designers. It's something I really really appreciate. So we're melting this ice here. Then they open the door for Sinclair. One of our first actual non-splicer NPCs that we see. Well, Tenenbaum too, but I also love the mood of the era that they get with the voice actors. Yeah, I'm actually gonna play around a little bit in here since I have some stuff to burn here, health and other such things. Do that. I know I'm gonna get a ton of health packs in the next level, so that's okay. Die, bitch. Yeah. If this was hard mode, they would have given me at least another dozen splicers minimum. Also, another thing you might miss first time through is Sinclair came out of here, and you can go in here and get his audio diary, which is a big deal. Man, I haven't listened to that in a long time. That is like metaphors on top of metaphors. I hope you guys caught all of that, but I know you didn't because you haven't. If you're watching this and haven't played this game, you've not caught all of them. Make sure you've done anything in this level. Yep, we got the little sister. We're good. All right, so I'm gonna call this a end of the stream since I'm coming up on 2 hours and I need to eat some actual dinner. Um, I'm gonna play through this game for the next couple of weeks. Again, probably getting back to 2033 if I can get to work right at some point. Um, but I really love BioShock 2, and I feel like this is the epitome of me playing stuff on Twitch. Is just going through the core of game design, having a few drinks, and talking about why I love games like this. Um, so I can probably, if I'm doing like roughly 2 chapters a day, I can probably have this done in about a week or two, a month, end of the month maybe, something like that. Yeah, but we got the big brutes coming up. Yeah. All right. So this is where I'm going to leave off for the new whatever section of this. Um, I love this game. Again, it's the thing I cannot stress enough how much this game is just a love letter to both my love of like dark philosophical stuff as well as just great game design and everything like that. If you're interested in seeing some more of this kind of stuff, uh, get subscribed here to the Twitch stream as well as following me on Twitter because I announce my streams there. I also stream, with the exception of this week, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. So you'll be back if you see me back on the 18th that I stream again. Looking at my calendar, um, then I'll be back at so Tuesday the 18th at 6 p.m. for the next segment of this game. Uh, if you're watching this on YouTube way later, just keep going to the next part. Thank you guys for watching. This has been with Cinderblock Studios for another episode of Castles and Cocktails. If you feel like sticking around on the stream, we'll be back playing some Apex Legends as I usually do post stream. But for the rest of today, this has been BioShock 2, Cinderblock Studios, and Castles and Cocktails. This has been reminding you to keep on gaming, and I will see you guys next time.